Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab with my church clothes on. What I do, what I do for you. I got a nice little quick lesson for you, something I want to get down. Hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Writers and 25 rules to live by, storytelling, story with a message. Message the story for life. I got another one for you today. That's the whole purpose. That's the point. I see you tuning in and receiving them. I appreciate your numbers looking good. Let's do what we do. Right Thinker's mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right Thinker's way of life, and it is a way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. Excuse me. That all right thinkers do just that. Know thyself. Quick, quick joke. Monk going to the airport, flight got canceled, so he walked and sit down. News reporter run through the airport, seen the monk, ran over to him. Excuse me, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Monk said, yeah, sure. He said, what you think the number one problem in the world is today? The monk said, before I answer, can I ask you a question? Yeah. He said, who are you? I'm John Parkin, so. Okay, no, that's your name, that's your career. Who are you? Oh, so. He go on, babbling about. He this, he come from there, paddling out. He said, who are you? The guy got frustrated, new person. Okay, I give up. I don't know myself. The monk in return says, that is the number one problem in the world today. That's my philosophy. I like that concept because you're right on point with that one. So let's go with those people who don't know themselves. Okay. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not good. Disregard it. A person who knows not and knows that they know not. It's simple. You teach them. That's what I do. What I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know dangers, avoid them. I do. Person who knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. I can awaken them with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know that self. And to my eye, be true. I'm gonna get a little something out the book. I got a quick page or two in there, not too long, but I'm back in my book, going like this. Got a little lesson. Title here is called How to Become a Qualified Right Thinker, aka Aspirant. So it says how to become qualified aspirant. Let's break it down. Quick question. Do you know of any other philosophy or teaching other than right thinking that talk about the great anointment, aka I call it nihas or spiritual enlightenment, or do you? That's the question. Yeah. Who? Christians, Christianity. In fact, Christos comes from the Greek term which means the anointed one. We have a word in ancient Egypt similar to that we call the Karas, K-A-R-A-S-T. Okay, we got Nihas, we knew Karas, we knew Eucharist. Okay, these are all the words that come out of ancient Egypt that the Greeks get credit for. But watch this: the same word that they use, Christos, we had called Karas. And now understand, watch this: this Netarian anointment concept was recorded, watch this, as early as the pyramid text from 4000 BCE. That's over 6,000 years now, according to the calendar. Their calendar went from 10,000 to zero. Now, 4000 BCE, the pyramid text was written. So, spend a minute. Watch this. But the goal of all right thinkers who follow my philosophy is to what? To become spiritual enlightened, aka reach the state of nihas, or to know thyself. That's the goal. That's the goal. Now, right thinking philosophy is really Maya philosophy with what? A twist. personal twist. It would be exact, but I just put my personal experiences in there to substitute for the lessons that they give you. I can use my own personal experience that gives it more validity, more authenticity. Why? Because I'm living it. I'm doing it. I can tell you about it. That's how I know. So every now and then I gotta use what I know compared to what the book. Because the book do it good, but I got my way of doing it too. Hence, right thing philosophy. If I just taught from the book, I'll be she taught another professor or whatever, how you know, Sabai. I get that perceptive. But no, I'm right thing philosophy master. Let's go. Where we at? Now, the reason being, right thing philosophy teaches what? That if you adopt, listen to this, if you adopt right thing philosophy's way of life, and it is a way of life, what will happen? It will lead you to spiritual truth. It will teach you spiritual truth. Watch this. So that you will be what? Able to discover the truth, aka supreme peace, hotep, and prosperity for yourself. Preacher can preach, teachers can teach, sages, but unless you actually put it to use, it's all just hearsay or somebody else's idea. You need to have it for yourself. I want you to know God for yourself. So I want to give you the things that you need to do so that you can practice them, and that will get you where you want to go. Knowing thyself and to know God. That's what I teach. That's why it's a philosophical concept that I just laid out there for you. You can adopt it, manifest for yourself, and find out that it works. I know it works. I use it. Okay, so I love to hear people say, "Yo, that right thing gonna work." When I use it, I know that I use it every day, all the time. So what's this now? Mayat philosophy, aka right thing philosophy, it also teaches you that what you have a divine purpose. We are spiritual beings, gods in human form, having human experience. What's the problem with that? See, conception. You can't even conceive that. So that's why a lot of y'all fail. Why? Because your brainwashing so got you so bad, you can't even perceive anything other than that. Open your mind, be flexible with hearing something else, and then make a better decision. Use your discernment, okay? But at least hear and understand a concept that's different than what you've been taught. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Moving on. And I'm telling you, every human being should feel like they have a divine purpose. Why? Because you're God in the flesh. You have a divine purpose to figure it out. That's what Christ did. Your divine purpose in life. Watch this. Right thing philosophy will what? Help you find it out. That's my whole purpose, to get you to find out who you are, aka know thyself. That's the purpose of coming into this world. Not to get rich, have fun, and be no, to know you. And then all the other stuff. Seek the kingdom of heaven or God, whatever you tell you. Seek that first, and then everything else you can whatever. But don't get all that other stuff and don't know you. That's the concept. And right thing philosophy teaches you that. Right thing philosophy again teaches you what? To study. And by studying, you will become what? You have mastered what? The wisdom of the what? Neteru, which we're teaching you about, and you will discover your life's purpose. Again, right thinking philosophy will what? Succeed. Right thinkers who use and practice right thinking philosophy will what? Succeed where? In life. I ain't saying your job. I ain't saying your career. I said in life. What's more important than that? If you learn, practice, and eventually what? Master my right thinking philosophy. And I got one who done it, so I'm riding now. AKA my philosophy from your own from your own self mastery. You learn it. See, you learn it from a master teacher, aka Sage P Funk, for me every day. To do what? To learn from him, and you can become master of yourself by practicing, emulating the things that he's teaching you to do for yourself. That's the name of the game. I had to do it for myself. I learned it. I practiced it. I manifested it. Now I'm just trying to get anybody else to do the same thing. Why? Because it's a good thing. Like the gospel. The good news was that God is in you. That's the gospel. Truth. Simple. Moving on. You practice, if you practice right thinking philosophy until mastered Ooh, buddy. I got a student, took him 4 years. He's feeling real good about himself. I'm proud. Because the goal of a qualified right thinker is what? Is to reach nihas, aka know thyself and God with righteous living, with righteousness and virtuous living, you will obtain immortality. When you connect your consciousness with your heart mind coherence, you and God become one. You just punch your ticket. You just put your head on your body. That's what that means. That's the best way I can explain it. And watch this. Remember, it's a perennial process. You cannot practice right thinking, aka my philosophy, today and think you will become a master right thinker or become self-righteous tomorrow. Don't work that way. It don't work that way. Now, as a Mason, if you come off the streets and in a few hours you walk out of Master Mason, not in my house, it ain't happening. You gonna get 1 degree until you get proficient and show proficiency in that degree. I won't give you a second degree. If you get a degree from me, it's because you earned it. I gave you the first one. The next two you got to earn. That's just the concept. That's my philosophy. Watch this. Now, okay, now, if you fall off or not put your work in daily, and you think I'll just, I just fell off. It ain't gonna, it won't hurt me that bit. You not getting your lessons, you not practicing your right thing philosophy, don't hurt me at all. It impresses me and makes me feel good when you do that because I see the result. But I also see the failures. I recognize those too. It's a lot of them. I see a bunch of them too. Okay, everybody don't make it. I understand that. I got a bunch of Masons right here on 2 degrees. That's why I call them Masons. They're not masters. Okay, they don't haven't known themselves. They haven't mastered themselves. Okay, forget that. Moving on. But it's the concept. Anything you learn, you should get the full benefit of the lesson, and then you can find out if it worked for you or not. And if you fall off from practicing right then philosophy, I got to worry about. Don't worry about me. That's on you. So ain't a big deal. You ain't letting me down. You know, no. What's this? Now it don't work that way. I just instruct and teach. I'm not the punisher. I don't just not for teach. No, no. One thing I will not do is discourage anybody who don't practice my philosophy one bit at all. Trust me. And that's between you and your what? Your God, your higher self. Whatever I took an oath as a Mason. I'm still gonna stand by that oath. I took it, it's mine. I'm still gonna show allegiance and respect to my craft. Not gonna divulge the secrets, not gonna do none of that stuff. Why? I took the oath. It's personal. Somebody else, that's on you. I'm only responsible for me. That's what right thinkers are themselves. Learn and understand who you are and be responsible for who you are and what you do. Learning, what's this? Now, learning the spiritual truth. That's the goal of all right thinkers. I got spiritual truths. Your job is to learn them. I'm teaching them. And you do is learn. Like the Christian, you want to learn them, go to church. The pastor is teaching, the preacher. But that's that's the concept. Difference is he gets you every Sunday. I get you every day. If you want to do what I do, pay attention. I'm here every day. Watch this. You learning the spiritual truth and following the path of what? Right thinking philosophy will get you what? Right where you need to be. Knowing thyself. That's the goal. Learning and knowing the spiritual truths and not living by them is a waste of time. It's like it's going to be good in God's eyes. Oh, if you don't practice what you learn, how you know if it's going to be good in God's eye? I'm telling you, good deeds give you blessings. If you don't practice, how you going to know if I'm telling you the truth or not? So you have to find out for yourself. That's the game plan, and that's my goal. Remember, at judgment, it's you, your heart, is what's going to be judged, and it holds what? All your truth seekers. When you die, they don't keep the brain, they throw all that out. Why? It has no use. intestines, lungs, everything get taken out. They leave the heart in because that's the concept. But the heart, but they tell you, heart is where God dwells. Heart is where the truth is. Heart gives you emotional, but the heart supplies the body. It's doing a whole bunch of stuff. Why is that? The ancients knew why. So understand that. Watch this. But it's up to you to what? So if you perform what? Good deeds, righteous and virtuous, IRE, or if you perform evil deeds, unrighteous, IRE action, which what comes with consequences. Now, and they lead the soul to what? Experience one of two things: heavenly bliss or hellish situation, respectively. Why? After death and reincarnation, you will be directed to go one or two places. The place, if your head is on your bow, oh, you're going to do what you're going where you need to be. If you made it past the third round, you made it to the fourth, maybe then made it to the fifth, you in between there. So you go to the judgment. That's when judgment take place. And depending on how good you are, going to decide where you land. But if you make it through like a feather, you don't have to worry about none of them. You go right to the top and you be chilling. That's the concept that they lived for thousands of years by. And well, how you know? How you know? Okay, right there. Being ignorant, what you just was just taught is not learning. You just going against whatever being taught to you. Sound like somebody who got a belief system that they follow. So understand that if you hell bent on what you believe, you're not going to listen to something that goes against what you believe. So you got to have an open mind. That's all. Let me wrap this up. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. Last one, practice devotion to the divine. Divine is God. Practice devotion to the divine. When? All the time. I call it being God conscious. I was in church today. Heard the pastor say, you have to keep God with you because the devil's busy 24/7. You got to be God conscious or prayed up 24/7. That's my lesson. I said, my man, I love the lesson today. Why? Because I say the same thing. Now we on point with that one. Sometimes you get it right, and I agree 100% when it's on point. Now, watch this. For all your unrighteous actions causes what? Agitation in your mind. With what? With mental agitation, well, listen, you cannot follow or fully understand and give understanding to what? Your spiritual teachings. If you're not believing what I'm telling you, if you ain't understanding the lesson I'm trying to impart on you, let me know. Don't go through and say, well, it didn't work. Like, no. You didn't understand how to use it. It won't work. You don't know what you're doing. It won't work. That's the whole point of being taught. And watch this. That's when you have to what? Be pure of heart and mind. If something the heart feels and the mind don't comprehend, you should get coherent. You should get action. You should get understanding. Why? You want the two to match up. If what the heart feels, the mind don't conceive, something's wrong. That's all. Simple as that. It's the easy one. Then you got to understand where you're at. Now, in order to be truly liberated, listen to this. The word is nafu, Nafu. It means freedom to breathe. To breathe from what? Freedom from what? Your freedom from the afflictions. Are you ready for this? Of Set, aka the ego self. He's always in the mix. You must be devoted to the divine when. And that means living right, thinking right, doing right. AKA Maya living, right thing philosophy means practicing Shidi, profound study in what it is you're doing. And the last one is, read this from the book, top it off. All right thinkers are to become Ankh, AKH, or AKA US Akuts. That's becoming what? Spiritually enlightened, and this is the final end result for all right thinking philosophy practices, AKA Maya, also philosophy, to know thyself. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm out.